Hello guys, my name is Kinetic, and today I have a Minecraft tutorial on how to make a fully automated smelting system in vanilla Minecraft. And so before we start, I just want to give some recognition to Bdubs. In his Let's Play Minecraft series, he built something similar to this, which I used in inspiration for making this. So I just want to give some credit to him because he inspired me to make this. But anyways, let's get started. So what you're going to need for this project is you're going to need any sort of building block. So I have stone, chests, redstone dust, repeaters, comparators, torches or redstone torches, hoppers, powered rails, regular rails, one detector rail, a minecart with a chest, a furnace, anything to smelt, so coal, charcoal, wood, whatever, and then what you want to smelt. So I just have some iron, gold, cobblestone, and sand. And so what you want to do for this is you want to have a line here, and this line can start from anywhere. This could be like at your front door. So when you get home from an adventure, you're like, okay, I have these things to smelt. So you put them in there. And then this line doesn't have to be straight. It could be really windy or curvy. It doesn't really matter. The only things that you really need are these first three rails. And so these rails, this powered rail, this regular rail that's right next to it, and then an activator rail on the decline is really necessary. But after that, you could do whatever you need to make it fit. And so how you want to set this up is you want to have a hopper under the powered rail. And you want to have a comparator facing the hopper with one piece of redstone dust and then a repeater. And then you want this repeater line to break off two ways. One way over to the detector rail, the other way back here to an inverter, which inverts the signal. So it's off over here, but it's on over here because of this torch. And then it runs right into this block, which powers this powered rail. So this powered rail should be on by default. And so how you want to do this is you just or how this works is you put your chest up there, and then it goes over this detector rail, which powers this redstone, goes all the way up here, and then it turns this inverter off, so the block is not powered. In turn, the powered rail is not powered, so it keeps it off, so the chest does not move. And then once the chest gets up here, even though the detector rail is no longer feeding power here because it's like a button or a pressure plate, it only provides a pulse. Whatever you have in there is now feeding out into this hopper. So this comparator now has power. So that comparator will have power. It goes to here, which powers this redstone repeater. Goes up here, and it keeps this inverter off for as long as the minecart with the chest is feeding into the hopper. And then once the minecart with the chest is done feeding into the hopper, this because we have a chest here and the furnace is further down, once it goes into this hopper, it feeds right into the chest. So once this is done feeding into the hopper, that means everything from the hopper will still be feeding into the chest. So this comparator will no longer have power because the hopper will have nothing in it. Goes over here, all the power, since neither of these two things are giving power, the inverter turns back on. Powered rail turns back on, and it sends your cart back to wherever it started. So let's say the front of your house. And then if we look over here, the design is a chest under the hopper. So whatever goes in this hopper fills right into the chest. And then another hopper under the chest, which feeds into the furnace. So this little setup here provides a more efficient smelting process. Because if you had the furnace right here, when the minecart with the chest comes up, let's say you had 9 stacks of sand to smelt, it would fill up the 1 stack into the furnace, because the furnace can hold exactly 1 stack of things. So it would hold 1 stack of that, and then the hopper would hold 5 stacks of it. So you still have 3 stacks of sand that would be stuck in the chest, which means, and since you have the 5 stacks in there, this comparator would stay on. So the chest would stay here until all the stuff is smelted through the furnace, because the furnace can only hold 1, and then it sends back. So this little setup here provides a much larger storage area. So the chest can get back to the front of your house or wherever you have it much more quickly. So if you have, like, all of a sudden, if you send this up and you're like, oh, I want to smelt like another stack of cobblestone, the minecart with the chest will be back very shortly because of this setup. So you could just put it back in there and send it and resend it off. And so what we have here is just a simple, like I said, feeds into the chest, which feeds into this hopper, which goes into the furnace. And it's on the top because the hopper has to feed into the top of the furnace, so it goes into this slot. Because as you see here, we have something that feeds into the side, and I'll show you that in a second. But so the stuff that we have in here, it just stays in there. It feeds into this furnace, and then it smelts. And so this little side thing is, this chest is actually filled with coal. And so we have a chest filled with coal, and then a hopper that goes into the side, and this is also filled with coal. And this is just so, instead of having to come back here every time that this stack of 64 runs out, we have this set up here. So once a piece of coal runs out here, so this turns to 63, one piece from the hopper, since it's filling into the side, will go in there, so it'll fill back up into 64. And then a piece from the chest will fill the one piece void from the hopper because it went in there. So instead of having to fill this up every one stack of coal, you only have to fill it up every 1 plus 5 plus like 27. So you only have to fill it up every 33 stacks and then instead of every stack. So it just makes it a lot easier to do, and you don't have to come back here as much. And then over here, I just have a hopper line that fills out to this chest for storage. Oh, I'm sorry. For storage. But if you watch my tutorial on a auto sorting or auto storage room, you can use this to your advantage. So this line right here would be the transport line. I think that's what I called it in the tutorial. But so the stuff comes out of the furnace and comes into this line, and I will link that tutorial in the description in case you did not see it. But it will come into this line, this transport line, and it'll go right into your auto storage facility. So whatever you put in that chest will come up, it'll smelt, and then it'll go right into the auto storage. So auto smelt, auto storage, you can come back 10 minutes later and go into your iron chest, and all that iron that you put in there will be smelted and in your iron chest. So overall, very, very, very good and simple design. Really doesn't take that many resources. It's really compact too, so you can make, like, if you really wanted to, you can make like 10 of these and just have them like one for each thing you want to smelt. But it's really not necessary because of this extra chest thing I added in. But anyways, very simple. Hope you guys found this helpful in making this, and I hope you were able to follow along very easily. I'll just come up here and do that, so if you want to take a screenshot of it, there's from this angle. And then we'll just fly over here and we'll do over here. And that's it. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.